Hi, I'm Gleb Derujinsky, and I want to tell you about my dad, Gleb, a man of many talents, best known for his photography in the 1950s and 60s. This was a time when Yves Saint Laurent and Karl Lagerfeld were starting out and establishing themselves as fashion icons of European haute couture. Their images were seen in Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, which is what made them world famous. My dad was one of the legendary photographers at the time. Artistry ran in my father's veins. His father, Gleb Derujinsky Sr., was a sculptor. He was a contemporary and friend of Rodin's, and like Rodin, his work happens to be in museums worldwide. My father's mother, Alexandra, was related to composer Rimsky-Korsakov. When my dad was 6, he was already shooting, developing, and printing his own photos. As a teenager, he was the youngest member of the prestigious New York Camera Club, whose ranks Edward Steichen and Alfred Stieglitz. After serving in World War II, he opened his own photography studio in New York City, shooting for Esquire, Life, Town & Country, and the New York Times Magazine. He went on to be one of a select group of photographers to shoot exclusively for Harper's Bazaar, hand-picked by editor Carmel Snow. Handsome and brash, they called him the White Russian. He loved working with top models Ruth Newman and Carmen del Orifice. They were a trio of kindred spirits whose collaboration illustrating the 1958 Paris collections became a 25-page spread in Harper's Bazaar. The romance of the adventure kindled Gleb's marriage to my mother, Ruth. Carmen is still modeling today, a record in the fashion industry. When Pan Am inaugurated the first flight of the Boeing 707, Gleb convinced editor Diana Vreeland to fund a trip around the world to commemorate the aeronautic achievement. He posed models in magnificent clothes on a mountaintop in Turkey, the seaside harbors in China, and the Nara Deer Park in Japan, in Thailand, Spain, Greece, Rome, and more. Nothing like this had ever been done before. It was pure Gleb Derujinsky. His photos were always far more than fashion statements. My dad was a visionary who saw things that other people didn't. I remember an entire summer camping out with him and my sister. He asked us what we saw in the rock tapestries of Lake Powell and the natural sculptures in Monument Valley. He taught us how to see through his eyes, and I will always hold that memory close. I ask for your support in memorializing Gleb Derujinsky's legacy. With your help, his images will live on in beautiful archival prints for collectors, for galleries, and in a very special art book. To do this, original negatives must be scanned, retouched, and digitized to meet current printing standards. The book must be designed, copywritten, edited, and bound. These exquisite images from a time gone by will always be timeless. But sadly, my father who created them died suddenly in a car crash last year. Gleb Derujinsky lived his life to the fullest. He was a photographer, world traveler, award-winning cinematographer and commercials director, jewelry designer, musician, jazz buff, ski instructor, horseback rider, race car driver for Ferrari America, and one of the best sailplane pilots in the country. He even designed and built carbon fiber bicycles for the U.S. Olympic team. He died as he lived, gone in the blink of an eye, the snap of a shutter. Support for this project is growing. With your pledges, we can make it tangible. Gleb's contribution to art and history is unique. We've created some one-of-a-kind thank yous for your contribution. Please take a good look at the rewards section. Thank you for helping us preserve this priceless collection. We hope you'll join us to celebrate the work of Gleb Derujinsky at the gallery opening. See you there.